Okay, now we're going to start our WordPress page. So you have your plan, you've made your wireframe, you've made a layout plan for it. Now we're going to actually implement it. Okay, so you're going to go over and you are going to start a new page. You go to all your pages, you're going to add a new page. I'm going to call it menu. And make sure that the template over here, especially if you're in theme 2023, is blank. We're publishing it blank. This is really important because this is the view. It's completely blank. I don't have any weird stuff. There's no header. There's no nothing. Okay, so just blank. That's what we want. Okay, so now we say we want to start. Let's backsplash. Let's do a heading. We're going to do a heading block. We're going to call this Cafe Edson. Okay, so here you can take this and you can make it larger or smaller, whatever size you want. You can change your letter cases, make it look fancy, change your text color. So the reason it's text color, right? Okay, say you want to, now we want to add our logo that we made. Okay, so how do we do that? Our little picture that we made. So that can be an image file. Let's just do image. Look for an image, right? I'm going to my media library. We'll put in the cat. Put in this cat. Let's just say I made that. That's the logo for my thing. Okay. Okay. So at this point, it's not quite what I want it to look like, right? We kind of want that next to each other. So I'm going to choose both of them. And I'm going to do this. This is the row block. And now they're next to each other. Okay. And say this image, I want this to be much smaller. I'm going to square it off a little bit. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this. All right. That looks good. Let's just update that and let's just see how that looks. Okay. So that's my cafe. I have my little logo. I have my name. However I want that. You can add, if you wanted to, you could put another image on this side if you have two images. So now I want to actually put in my menu, my columns underneath that, right? All those nice words with that I made. Okay. So what I'm going to add a column block. Okay, I want it to be 2 columns. Nice 2-column block. You look over here. It's my column block. There's 2. If I wanted to do 3, I could do 3. I'm doing 2. Okay. At this point, you can see how it's all lined up because it's all together. We don't want to do that. So I pulled it over. All right, so now I have, so before it was inside that row, now it's outside. So these 2 things are together, and this is separate. Okay, so now inside my column, I can add a heading, right? So let's change the size of the heading. I want it to be smaller. Larger numbers are smaller. All right, let's go. This is my desserts. Okay. On this column underneath there, I've pressed enter. Now I'm going to do a list. I can do a list if I want. There we go. I'm going to say the desserts. Say I want, I don't know, cake. Really good. Okay. So under there. Okay. And then I'm going to put ice cream. Ice cream. Okay. Space that. Okay, so now I have that. Let's update that. And how's that look? Okay, we got in there, right? That's pretty what I want. Say I want these 2 things to be kind of together. I feel like that's too much space. Put those all, I'm going to click this, and I have the shift on. I can make that into a group, right? So now because I make that a group, I can change the color of the whole group. So now I'm going to change the color to this gray color. So I have that gray color behind there. Okay, now I've made this into a group. I can think about how the words are inside of here. So if I go over to position, right, so I need to go over to styles, right? And I can change my padding. The padding is the amount of space that's between the outside container and the inside, right? So without the padding, go back to my block, without the padding, it's too close for me. I kind of like it over there a little better. So now I'm going to go over to this other column and I'm going to add heading again. We'll call this pizza. So now I can go over here and I can do the same thing. This was heading 4, so make this heading 4 also so it matches my heading 4. And I'm going to, now I'm going to add the items after pizza. So I'm going to press enter, backslash, list. We'll say pepperoni. Got that right? Pepperoni, and we'll say cheese. Okay, same deal with this one. I can go and I can put all that together. I also can actually, now that I'm in the, I can take the whole column because it's inside a column without even grouping this. I can choose the column. I can go over to the styles because again, it's all, I can make everything in this column one color. So I can go to the background. I can choose that gray. And now I have this. So in this one, I grouped it. And this one, I just changed the color. I went up a level, so I'm in the column. And it's, everything inside this column is this color. So for this column, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do the padding again. Right? Padding like that. Okay, so see how I thought this space was too big for me. So I actually just kind of put that back a little bit, back to 1. Which I can do on this one also. Let's go back to if I can find where it is. So I'm in the group. And I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to go with the margin. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to go with the block spacing, sorry. Now the block spacing is closer. I can get a little bit further, closer. I kind of like a little closer. That works better for me. Okay, so let's say, let's update it and see how this looks. There, we're getting there. Okay, so now let's say that we want this entire column, this whole thing to be, we don't want that space in between there at all. We can go in here and we can do the background of the whole thing, one color. Now it's all one thing. Okay, and if we want to include this with this, right, we can do everything and we can actually make this into one giant group. And now it's all one big group. And now we can go and change the background again, like that. Update. There you go. Okay, so if you want this, see how the space is too much on here and here? The same thing with this. I can go over into my group, which is into my row. Let's find out where this is. So I've got this and this whole row in general. I want to go over and I want to add a little bit of spacing between the blocks. That's going to make that block a different spacing. Let's see the Cafe Edson. If I can get that to move a little bit, that would be great. Let's see. Actually, it has to be only a row block because it can you do the padding on that? There. Move that a little bit. Okay. Oh, and then I want to do, again, the row block, I can do the styles. I can do the top padding a little bit. Okay. And update that. And there we go. That looks better. Okay, I can continue to fill, like get rid of this space, but whatever you need to do. All right, that's basically how you're going to be making your menu.